A very good morning to you all. This is discussion video of Block 11 Revolt of 1857. Today we are going to discuss worksheet of Block 11 S1, S2 and S3. Along with it, practice question and additional question will also be discussed. So get ready with your notebook and the worksheet. First of all, I will discuss the worksheet. So open S1 causes of the revolt. Here is the first question. Identify the person from the statement given below. A. He could not rise to a rank higher than that of a subedar. Those are Indian soldiers or sepoys. B. He was forced to grow indigo, that is, farmers. C. His kingdom was annexed. Those were rulers. Now come to the question second. Mention any one social and economic cause that triggered the revolt of 1857. You can write any one of your choice. I had written discrimination in social cause. Racial discrimination was practiced by British at every step in hotels, parks, railway compartments. All the racial discrimination can be seen here. Priority was given to British. And in economic factor, farmer was forced to grow cash crops to increase the company revenue. The third one, the incident on 29th March 1857 at Barakpur was the final straw that triggered the rebellion. What incident happened at Barakpur, Bengal? A sepoy refused to use the greased cartridge and attacked his senior officer. Who, what was the reaction of the incident? Sepoy Mangal Pandey was tried and hanged to death. These are related to lesson plan 2, but it is given in worksheet S1, so I had discussed it. Now, turn over the page, spread of the revolt. Here comes the first question. Short the following phrases in the correct order. So, first one is Mangal Pandey refused to use the greased cartridge. Second one, the sepoys marched to jail in Meerut and released their imprisoned counterparts. Third, the revolt is spread with sepoys meeting in Kanpur and Lucknow. Fourth one, Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar was declared the leader of the rebels. The serial is 4321. Now come to the next question. The event that started as a sepoy revolt is spread to many parts of the country. Discuss. The hanging of Mangal Pandey caused great unrest in army camps. 85 soldiers in Meerut refused to use the new cartridge. Sepoys released the imprisoned soldiers and moved to Delhi. From here, revolt is spread to Kanpur, Lucknow, Bihar, Faizabad, and Bareilly. Now, describe the role played by different native rulers as leader of the revolt. So, Nana Sahib. Nana Sahib, the new Peshwa, along with Tatya Tope, attacked British in Kanpur. Hazrat Mahal made her young son Birdis Kadir the Nawab of Awadh, going against the doctrine of lapse. Rani Lakshmibai also joined the rebel sepoys and fought against British. Now open S3, impact and changes. Identify the following. Governor General who immediately took steps to suppress the revolt. He was Canning, an experienced British commander who took back control of the territories from the rebels. You can write anyone. Henry Havelock, James Outram, Hugh Rose, Colin Campbell. An area captured by British officer. Anyone you can write. Benares, Bareilly, Gwalior. Now come to the second question. How was the political administration of India reorganized under the British Crown? Queen Victoria now became the Empress of India. Governor General became the Viceroy, the representative of Queen. Now, question number third. How did the British attempt to create a rift between people in India after the revolt of 1857? As the revolt failed and British took advantage of it and started ruling on the name of religion, they did not like the unity they adopted. Uh, sorry, they did not like the unity, so they adopted divide and rule policy. Got it? Now, we will discuss practice question of this block. Now, open your practice question. Here are the practice questions. First is the fill in the blanks. The sepoys did not want to travel to Burma by sea route. B1. Lal Dalhousie annexed Indian territories on charges of lack of any successor. The C1. Legislation or law against sati, remarriage of widows, were considered as interference in the customs of Indians. D. Hindu law of property was changed to make conversion to Christianity easy. Now, give some reasons for the resentment of Indian towards British rule. So, there were several reasons for the resentment: the forced annexation of Indian states, armed conflicts with rulers of independent kingdoms, excessive demand under the new land revenue system, and exploitation of peasants all led to the resentment of Indian towards British rule. Now, the third one: how did British discriminate against Indians? So, as you have seen, racial discrimination was practiced by the British at every step to anger the Indians, as they were not allowed to enter railway compartments and public places, as parks, hotels, especially reserved for British. And Indian educated were denied promotion and opportunity to be appointed to the high posts. Now, come to the fourth question. Name the places where these events happen. The sepoys declared Bahadur Shah Zafar the Emperor of India. In Delhi, Nana Sahib declared himself the Peshwa. In Kanpur, Henry Lawrence, the British resident, was killed. Lucknow, Rani Lakshmi Bai joined the rebel sepoys to fight the British. Jhansi. Now come to the fifth question. Why were the sepoys unwilling to use the cartridge for the Enfield rifle? The sepoys were not willing to use it, as they had to bite off its top before inserting the cartridge. It was believed that the grease used to coat these cartridges were made from the fat of cows and pigs. This was not acceptable to the Hindus and Muslims, religious sentiments alike. Got it? Now, what impact did Bahadur Shah Zafar's support have on the rebellion? The support from Bahadur Shah Zafar inspired the cause of the rebellion. Then sepoys also released prisoners from the jail, destroyed the treasury, and burnt land records. From Meerut to Delhi, the rebellion soon spread to other places in northern and central India. The revolt spread with sepoys meeting at Kanpur and Lucknow. Now, question number 7. Fill in the blank. Bahadur Shah Zafar was exiled and sent to Rangoon. The rebels were defeated by General Havelock in Kanpur. The policy of territorial expansion under the doctrine of lapse was removed. The control of Indian territories was transferred on to the British Crown. Now, question number 8. How did the British create a rift between different religions? The revolt of 1857 created a big gap between the different religious communities, especially the Hindus and the Muslims, as each blamed the other for its failure. Considering them to be responsible for the revolt in a big way, the British took over the land and property of these communities on a large scale. The British disliked the unity shown by the Hindus and Muslims during the revolt, and the policy of divide and rule was actively followed to keep the two communities divided. In what way did Queen's proclamation about major change in the administration of the country? As you know that Queen's proclamation was announced, and it announced that the policy of the territorial expansion should be stopped. The native rulers were assured of the safety of their territory, rights, and honor if they cooperated with the British. The proclamation also assured the Indians that the British would not interfere in the religious and the social affairs of Indians. The doctrine of lapse was removed, and the right of the ruler to adopt a child in the absence of natural heir was accepted. Policies were made to protect and safeguard the landlords and zamindars, giving them rightful ownership over their lands and other properties. Now, question number 10. What were the far reaching changes in the British administrative policies as a result of the revolt of 1857? Queen Victoria was declared as the Queen Empress of India, and the administration of India was transferred from the English East India Company to the British Crown. India's administration was to be looked after by the Secretary of State and his 15-member council through the Viceroy. The Governor General became the Viceroy and represented the Crown in India. Now, additional questions. Choose the correct answer. The administration of India after the revolt went to British Crown. The British discriminated between religions with the policy of divide and rule. Steps were taken by Lord Canning to bring the revolt under control. British reorganized the army and filled key positions with British soldiers. Why were the sepoys not willing to serve Burma? They were not willing to serve Burma as it was believed that crossing the sea was against their caste rules. As a reason, when a sepoys or Indian soldiers were ordered to travel to Burma, they refused to travel by sea. Now, question number third. Why was Mangal Pandey upset with the British? He was upset as he was asked to use grease cartridge that was against his will, as the rumor spread that it was greased with the fat of cow and pig. Question number 4. How did social reform initiated by British create mistrust in the minds of people? The attempt to bring about social reforms in India by the British was not accepted by a large section of people as they felt the British were destroying their social customs and traditional way of life. Legislations against sati infanticide, remarriage of widows were considered as the interference in the customs of Indians. Now, question number 5. What did the British do to encourage people to embrace Christianity? The company wanted Indians to embrace Christianity. The activities of Christian missionaries and the changing of the Hindus' law of property to ease conversion to Christianity alarmed many Orthodox Indians and united many people against British. So they changed the Hindu law of property. Why is the revolt of 1857 called a major event in the history of colonial India? This revolt was a major event as it led the end of the British rule in India. After this, Indians became aware to get rid of British. It was starting a great movement to make India free from foreign rule. I hope you understood all the questions. If any change is required, please do so and prepare yourself for the block assessment of block 11. Thank you and have a nice day.